Hi everyone, Mikey here with the Bittman project, and today we are cooking a Japanese Sando. Last year, me and my family went to Japan to celebrate my mom's 80th birthday. We all fell in love with the Japanese Sando. It was just one of those things that were, one, affordable, two, accessible because it was in every convenience store, but more importantly, three, it was just so good. So yeah, this is a really easy recipe. All you gotta do is boil your eggs. We also have some salt and pepper. We have some sugar, some Kewpie mayo, which is Japanese mayo. You can get it at pretty much any Asian market or store. And you know, in our local grocery stores, they also now sell Kewpie mayo. So hopefully you guys can have access to this because I think this is a must when it comes to the Japanese Sando. We also have some milk here to get that creamy texture in there. And we have some butter as well because I like to butter one side of the bread. And then we have some white bread. So this is also important, but not a deal breaker in my opinion. Our Japanese market is about a 30-minute drive. And so sometimes I just settle for white bread at our local grocery store and I'm not mad about it. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I have a little secret ingredient and this is totally optional, but I have some nutmeg here and I just like to sprinkle a pinch of nutmeg in there to bring out the flavors. I feel like it just adds this little like, what's that in there? It's the nutmeg, but optional. But all you do is chop up your eggs, mix all your ingredients together, and then assemble your sandwiches. I have this little nifty KitchenAid egg slicer right here. And so what I like to do, easy as slicing one way, just make sure it doesn't fall on you. Slice one way, boom, grab, slice the other way, and then just drop into your bowl. Like that. All right, so we have our eggs here chopped, and all we're gonna do is just mix all of the ingredients together. We have some salt, or was that sugar? Salt or sugar? Salt, pepper. Let's go in with some Kewpie mayo right here. And I like to use a spatula like this, so I'm getting all of the ingredients, especially the mayo. Get all that in there. And then finally, we have the milk. And I won't add all of it just quite yet. I like to just save a little, because the reason we add milk is we want it to be creamy, but not too creamy. That's looking pretty good. So from here, all we do is mix this up, assemble our sandwiches, cut the edges, and we are good to go. But first, before we do that, you want to take a little taste test. Okay, for some reason it's a tad bit salty. So I'm gonna add a little more sugar. I'm gonna go in with 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, and the last thing I like to do with the mixture is add just a pinch of nutmeg. I just feel like it adds a little bit of like warmth and balance, but it's totally optional. You don't need to do it. I'm just gonna grate a little in here. I can already smell the aroma of the nutmeg. I also like to put nutmeg in my spaghetti sauce. One final taste before we assemble. Yup. That's delicious. You're just gonna grab a dollop of your egg mixture and you're gonna place it on top. And then for the other side, you're gonna grab your butter and then you're just gonna butter your bread. And then you're just gonna throw that bad boy on there like that. And then I like to grab a serrated knife because it's easier to cut the crust off. And you're just gonna cut the crust like so. And again, don't worry, we are going to crouton these guys up. And there we have it, a nice quick Japanese Sando. Doesn't that look so good? And then so I just like to store this in our fridge and literally wake up in the morning for breakfast. We have our own little Japanese convenience store ready to go for us. That is hitting all the right spots. Wow. Even a little bit of that pepper is coming out, which is really nice. So aside from these being perfect for like a little snack for you every morning or even a late night snack, your own little convenience store, these are actually good for like a party. You can make a ton of them for like a little appetizer. Or what I did is my best friend celebrated her birthday last weekend with a hiking trip with a bunch of her friends. And my friend also made a little charcuterie box. And so these were a perfect complement to that. So you can definitely take these on the go with you as well. And also there's so many variations you could do with this. Sometimes I like to add bacon for just that extra crunch and saltiness. But my favorite variation is to add these thinly sliced cucumbers in here just to give that freshness and a little bit of bite. So good. I'm gonna eat another one. Delicious. And then in terms of the crust from the white bread, we're just gonna put a little bit of olive oil in there, some salt, and some pepper. Give that a toss, and then we are gonna throw this in the air fryer. All right, all done. Wow, that looks great. See how crunchy this is? Don't throw away your edges.